Hi guys and welcome to the Warhammer Lady. So today we're going to go through the fast attack for the Chaos Daemons Codex. Flesh Hounds of Khorne have gone up by 1 point per hound. You can still have 20 guys in one unit. They have gone up +1 in weapon skill and +1 wound. So basically they're better now than they were before. They still have the Colour of Khorne, gives you a +2 to deny the witch roll, very Khorne-like, and potentially awesome. They also have the Scout special rule, which could be good if you want to start with them on the board instead of deep striking. Basically, other than that, they have not changed. They're a cheap, fast unit that is really good for Khorne, because as I said before when talking about Juggernauts, Khorne you really want to get them into close combat, and if you can do that fast, then it's even better. Yes, they don't have any sort of AP weapons, but if you have 20 hounds in one unit, with that high weapon skill and the number of attacks and that strength, there's no way that all of the wounds that you're going to make are going to be saved. So this is a very nice, very efficient unit. Before I go into Screamers, I forgot to tell you that all the fast attack units have leadership of 7. So again, they've all been modified to some extent have leadership 7. The Chaos Furies have a leadership of 2 though. They're the only ones that are different. Moving on. Screamers have the same point cost, the same stat line as they had before. They have slashing attacks, just the same thing. The only thing that has changed is the Lamprey's Bite attack. And in close combat you can now choose to swap all of your attacks for one attack that is Lamprey's Bite. So strength 5, AP2, armor, bane, just as before. Basically what it means is there's a brilliance against vehicles and tanks that are far off on the board because they're fast and they can kill them. For me, I'm kind of sad because now I can't kill Terminators just as with Flamers, but I knew it was going to happen, so I only have 3. Anyway, they're still a really good unit and I would not hesitate to take them at all. So Plague Drones of Nurgle, they didn't exist before, so I'm going to try to compare them as best as I can. When it comes to point cost, they're basically as expensive as a Dark Angel's Terminator. So fairly expensive. You can have 9 flies in one unit. I'm going to say flies now. It's way easier. They're Jetpack Cavalry, and they have a unit upgrade called the Plaguebringer. As with all the upgrades, he has +1 attack. When it comes to stat line, we can compare them to a Plague Bearer. They have the same weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength and initiative as a Plague Bearer, but they have +1 in toughness, which kind of makes sense since they're on big, nasty flies. Sort of like bikes, you know. And they have +2 wounds and +2 attacks. They have a Plague Sword as a demonic gift, so just as Plague Bearers. They have the special rule, very bulky, and their Plaguebringer, their unit upgrade, can have 20 points of demonic rewards in any combination, lesser or greater. They can also have an instrument and an icon that can be upgraded to a Plague Banner. But here comes the funny part about the Plague Drones of Nurgle, at least I think so. You can choose to give the entire unit Death's Head. It's fairly cheap, and if you looked at the flies, the models that is, the flies have kind of holes in their bellies, and through those holes you can see like corpses, faces being rotten and so forth. And the Death's Head attack is a ranged attack of 12 inches with strength of user, poison 4+, assault 2. And it's just you throwing their heads. I like it a lot. You just pick the heads up of the stomachs and you throw them. It's so gnarly, it's insane. Other than that, you can choose to have one of the following 2. So either Rock Proboscis and Venom Sting. And Rock Proboscis allows your model rather, to have the poison 3+ instead of 4+. This is also very cheap for an upgrade. Or you have the Venom Sting. And before you do the 2 hit rolls, you declare that you're going to use your Sting in close combat, and that attack has the instant death special roll. I'm guessing that it still has poison 4+ as well, but I'm not sure. And basically these guys are really great depending on what you need. If you go up against an army with units of multiple wounds, then instant death is brilliant, especially if you have like 9 flies, because that's 9 instant death attacks. If you go up against armies with just 1 wounds, basically, then the other one, poison 3+, It's insane. So these guys are brilliant. I'm a bit biased as well because I really love the models, so I love the unit regardless of how horrible they may be, or how good. But yes, those were the flies. Chaos Furies have gone down a lot. They've actually changed names as well. Not Furies of Chaos, but Chaos Furies now. Anyway, they've gone down by 9 points per model. You can have 20 guys in one unit. They have lost 1 in toughness, but they gain 1 in initiative, and they lost 1 attack. Also, they have the lowest leadership I've ever seen of 2. These guys have a special rule, and it's called Demon. Yes, no, it's not weird. When you buy the other guys, you know they're Demons of Khorne, Demons of Slaanesh, and so forth, and Demon special rule is included in that rule. For these guys, they are not any kind of demon, they're just demon. You can choose to upgrade them though, to be Demon of Khorne, Sench, Slaanesh, or Nurgle if you want to. It's basically 1 or 2 points extra per model. Could be useful, might not be. I myself, I really see these guys just as sacrifice. Kind of suicide units. I would not hesitate to have these guys close to a vulnerable unit or a unit holding the relic, for example. Because if they're just close by, since they're jump infantry, they can move a fair range. And if I have them close by, I could just charge with these guys because they are so cheap in points. And they would save my other unit, at least for a while. Even though I go through demonic instability and I lose combat by a lot, they will still be there, so even if it's just 1 guy, they would have saved me. That might be worth their measly point cost. So yes, Chaos Furies, they sound really nice. Seekers of Slaanesh, they have lost 25 points for 5 guys. They've gained 1 in weapon skill and 4 in ballistic skill, but they lost 1 in initiative and 1 in attack. They have a unit upgrade called the Heart Seeker, again, plus 1 attack. And they may include up to 15 additional Seekers, so 20 in 1 unit. They can take an Instrument of Chaos and an Icon of Chaos. It can be upgraded to Rapture Standard. And the Heart Seeker may take 20 points of demonic rewards, lesser or greater. They have 2 special rules. It's Outflank and Acute Senses, which makes it work very well with Outflank since you can reroll the result. These guys sound really nice. They're cavalry, so they're fast, including being Slaanesh. And since you now deploy via Deep Strike, half of your guys will come on the board from the beginning. And these guys are not resilient at all. They have really low toughness and just 1 wound. So basically, by deploying them via Outflank instead, being able to reroll the result, so that will be more of a good thing to do, rather. It could be really good. I have never played Slaanesh units, so I'm not very accustomed to how they work, thus I can't really say if they're awesome or if they suck. But I think they sound nice. From what I read and from what I see in their profile, they look like a really nice unit, and I like the fact that they've lost some points. Hellflare of Slaanesh is the exact same as it was before. Same point cost, same stat line, except for the Exalted Allures that has plus 4 in ballistic skill. It has 2 special rules. It's Flesh Shredder for the Hellflare Chariot, and it means that when you charge in with your chariot, you get your Hammer of Wrath attacks are resolved as Strength 4, no AP, and in addition to this, you get a d6 Hammer of Wrath attacks depending on the number of hull points you have left. So 1d6 for each hull point. So if you're lucky, you could get 12 Hammer of Wrath attacks. That's really nice. And the Exalted Allures has a special rule called Soul Scent, which means that she gets an extra number of attacks in close combat depending on the number of unsaved wounds that the Flesh Shredder caused this turn. So they're a really nice combination together, and I think that for their measly point cost, it's a nice choice. They're really, really nasty in close combat, potentially. And if your opponent is scared a bit, then perhaps they will spend some shooting attacks on it, and it could potentially save your other guys around it. And it's okay because this Hellflare is fairly cheap. So I like the unit. I think it sounds really good. And this was the last fast attack unit in this codex. I am now going to make the heavy support video, but I'm going to be sneaky. So I'm going to upload it tomorrow, because I didn't have time to shoot it tomorrow. I can still upload it, so that you have something to look forward to. I will also try to include the only entry of dedicated transports that's in this codex in the heavy support video. So I hope to see you tomorrow, and bye bye.